So look, if you've been, I guess, trying to make money online for any length of time, you've probably noticed something, okay? Every single year, there's a brand new, what do they like to call it? Easiest way to make money online, right? One year it's drop shipping, then it's going to be Amazon, crypto, NFTs, AI. Now, everyone's talking about AI agents and all that sort of cool stuff, and whatever new shiny thing that pops up right next week. And every time one of these trends comes along, thousands of people jump on the bandwagon. They're hoping this is finally going to be the thing that changes their life. But here's what I've actually noticed after around 15 years in online business and building a large business myself. The easiest way to make money in 2026 isn't going to be the newest business model. It's just not. In fact, I think chasing the newest business model is exactly why so many people never make any money in the first place. Now, before you go ahead and think, okay, this is one of those videos where I tell you to hustle harder and post 5 videos a day, work 18 hours a day, and sacrifice your weekends and all that sort of crazy stuff. It's actually the complete opposite, because over the years I've realized something that completely changed the way I look at making money online. See, the people that are making the easiest money, actually making money without too much effort, usually aren't the people that are working the hardest. It's weird how it works, right? They're the people who've built like the simplest systems that run themselves. Now, I know that's a big statement, so let me explain what I mean. So imagine there's 2 different people and they're trying to make, say, $350 a day online. The first person, they wake up every morning wondering, hey, what do I need to sell today? What should I post today? What should I write today? What platform should I be on today? And every single day they start at pretty much zero, right? And if they stop working, the money stops too, right? Now imagine someone else, right? They've created one piece of content and that piece of content attracts the right people. Then those people will join sort of like an email list, yeah? And they have a simple follow-up sequence that builds trust automatically with those people. And when the timing is right, and only when the timing is right, some of those people are going to buy a product that genuinely helps them, right? Solves the problem, the initial problem they had. Now tomorrow, that same system does it again, and the next day it does it again. Next week, it does it again. Now, don't get me wrong. You still have to put in the work, right? This isn't some magic button where you just, click the button once and money just falls from the sky. They don't really exist. Now, but if that is what you're looking for, then this isn't probably going to be the right channel for you at all. You know what I mean? But if you are willing to build something once, instead of rebuilding your income every single day, everything will change for you, okay? And I can definitely help you out there. Now, I also want to say something that I think needs to be said. Whenever you see people online flashing screenshots of huge incomes, take a breath before you get excited. Revenue, just because you see their revenue, that doesn't mean it's actually profit, right? A big Stripe account doesn't actually tell you what they actually spent on ads, does it? And it doesn't tell you how much they paid in software and any other expenses. It doesn't tell you if they've got business partners taking a cut and affiliates and things like that. And it definitely doesn't tell you how much money actually landed in their bank account, right? That's the one reasons I just don't like making videos that are just showing screenshots and saying, look how much money I made, right? Because, we can all do that, right? But honestly, that doesn't actually help you whatsoever. What really helps you is understanding why certain businesses work and why certain businesses flop. Because once you understand the system behind the income itself, you don't have to keep chasing every new trend that comes along, okay? Now here's what's interesting. Almost every successful online business that I've ever looked at, whether it's a very small creator or, like a 7-figure business, or even someone, one of the biggest companies in the world, right? What they're all doing the same thing. It's not the same niche, of course, and it's not the same products, but they're all using the same system. And once I personally realized that many years ago, I stopped asking, what is the easiest way to make money online? I started asking myself a much, much better question. What's the easiest system to build once that will keep producing results long after I've finished the work, when I've logged off? That's one question that completely changed my business personally. And it's probably not the answer you're expecting or hoping for, because you're probably hoping for a magic button, right? Because the easiest way to make money online in 2026 isn't AI, and it isn't crypto, and it isn't drop shipping, and it isn't some secret side hustle that you've never heard of that someone's keeping as a secret. It's something far simpler than that. But before I show you what it is, there's one mistake almost every beginner makes that guarantees they'll struggle no matter which business model they decide to choose. Now, the mistake that almost every beginner makes is this. They become obsessed with finding the perfect business model. They spend weeks comparing affiliate marketing against dropshipping and dropshipping against Amazon FBA and Amazon FBA against selling courses and selling courses against AI and so on, right? You get the idea. They're just in this compare game, trying to find the easiest, simplest thing they can just slide into and make money overnight. And while they're busy trying to find the best way to make money, somebody else has already picked one, they've stayed focused, and they've started building. Here's something that I wish someone had told me 15 years ago. The business model usually isn't the problem. The lack of a system is the problem. So think about it. You can give two people exactly the same business opportunity, same product, same website, same training, the same amount of time for them to work on that particular business. And guess what? 6 months later, one person's making a crap ton of money and the other person is just still wondering why nothing works. This is all a scam. That's what they're thinking. Why is that? Because one person would have built a system. The other person has just kept chasing sort of like new tactics, and tactics, they have a very short lifespan. 1 week, it's an AI trick. The next week, it's going to be a social media hack and then a secret prompt and then another algorithm update. And, you're going to spend your entire life feeling like you're always one step behind chasing the latest thing. I know because I've been there myself. I've done it, you're not alone. So years ago, I thought success actually came from learning more, right? So I'd buy another course, I'd watch another webinar, I'd read another book, and I convinced myself I was being really productive. I was spending all day trying. But the truth was I was just collecting information. I wasn't actually building anything. And that's when I had one of the biggest aha moments of my entire business journey. You see, the people making consistent money online weren't necessarily smarter than me. They weren't working, they definitely weren't working harder than me. They'd simply stopped trying to build 10 different businesses. Yeah, and they focused on building one simple machine, a machine that could take complete strangers, turn them into subscribers, their email list, build trust with them over time, and eventually recommend a product that genuinely solved their problem. Now, when I finally understood that, everything really did become much simpler. I kind of stopped worrying about being on every social media platform. I'm not. I stopped worrying about finding the latest shiny object, okay? I stopped worrying about creating 10 different income streams. Instead, I asked myself one very, very, very simple question. If someone found one of my YouTube videos today, what happens next, right? And honestly, that one question exposed every weakness in my business many years ago. See, if they watched one of my videos, they'd disappear forever. That wasn't a business. If they clicked an affiliate link before they even knew who I was, once again, that wasn't a business either. If I had to wake up every single freaking morning wondering where my next sale was coming from, one, that's super stressful. My wife would kill me. Two, that definitely isn't a business either. What is that? That is a job. Okay, so you may as well go get a 9 to 5. And it's actually a job that I'd created for myself, right? And that's when I realized something that completely changed the way I approach affiliate marketing. See, affiliate marketing isn't easy because you don't create a product, right? It's got nothing to do with that. It isn't easy because you don't have to worry about customer support. And it's not even easy because you don't have to, get inventory and all that sort of stuff. Those things, they help, of course, but that's not the real reason. The real reason affiliate marketing can become one of the easiest businesses in 2026 is because once you connect a few simple pieces together, you totally stop relying on today's efforts to create today's income. Okay, got to be able to forward think here. So instead, you start building something that is still working for you tomorrow, right? Systemize it. It's still working next week, next month, even next year. Now, I'm not saying that you can do this overnight. You can't build this overnight. You just can't, right? And I'm not saying that you're going to make $350 a day by next Tuesday either. Now, if you're watching this on Monday, that's tough. But you know what I mean? Like in the next 7 days, you probably won't do that. But I am saying this, once these pieces are in place, the business does become dramatically simpler to grow. And here's the crazy part. There are only really 4 pieces that you need. There's not 40, not 14, there's just 4. If you miss any one of these, the whole thing becomes much harder than it needs to be. All right, get all 4 working together and you're finally going to understand why some people seem to make affiliate marketing look effortless, and others don't, of course. So let me go ahead and I'm going to walk you through the first piece here. So the very first piece is having one reliable source of traffic. And this is where I see so many beginners, make life incredibly difficult for themselves. They think they need to be everywhere. They think they need to grow a YouTube channel. They need to, post 3 reels a day on Instagram and be on TikTok and have an active Facebook account where they're kind of like posting what they ate for breakfast every day. Write a blog post and start a podcast and I don't know, the list goes on. And they still think that somehow they're going to have time to build an actual business, right? No wonder people burn out. That's insane. Now, yes, all of these platforms can work, totally, 100%. But trying to master all of them at once is like trying to dig 10 holes looking for water where you end up with just 10 shallow holes, yeah? So instead of just dig one really deep, just go deep on one. See, personally, I choose YouTube. You know, I love it. I just love creating videos. Not because it's the only platform that works. And honestly, you don't even need that many views. It's not about views, not about subscribers. I just think one good video can keep bringing people that are targeted to me for years and years and years. So think about this for a second. You could record a video today, go to bed tonight, wake up tomorrow, and while you're sleeping, someone has found that video. They've watched it, maybe they've subscribed, maybe they've joined your email list, and then maybe they've even become a customer, right? That's a completely different game to posting something that disappears after 24 hours, like these reels and shorts and things like this and stories. You know, traffic isn't the only goal here. Traffic is just the beginning of the process, because views, they do not pay your bills. Subscribers, they do not pay your bills. Even millions of views don't automatically make you money. And this is exactly where most affiliates get it wrong, right? They think, if I could just get more views and go viral and all that cool stuff and become an influencer, everything would magically just fall into place. But honestly, that's not true. You know, I've seen channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers struggling to make consistent income. I've seen tiny channels making excellent money because they understood one simple principle. Your audience is far more valuable than your viewers. Than your views, right? Just views in general. Let me explain. So imagine I upload a video that gets 100,000 views. Sounds amazing, right? Sounds like, woo, really good. But every one of those viewers watches the video and then clicks away, and I never see them again, okay? Now, tomorrow, I'm back to square one, okay? I would need another video, obviously another thumbnail, another title, and another chance to get discovered. And it's a real pain in the ass, honestly. Now, let's imagine a slightly different scenario. Instead of those people disappearing forever, some of them, maybe they decide they want a little more help, right? So they click a link or something that I have below the video, right? Like I do right now. Not because I'm forcing them, but because I've offered them something that's genuinely going to be useful, something that helps them solve a part of that problem that they've got, something that helps them take that next step. Now, instead of being just another video, they've become part of my business. And that's the difference between creating content and building an asset. One gives you attention, the other gives you opportunities. In fact, if you remember one thing from this video, let it be this, okay? Your YouTube channel is not your business. Your Instagram account, that isn't your business. Your TikTok, that's not your business, okay? They are simply ways of introducing people to your business. Because the moment an algorithm decides to change, which they do every freaking week, your reach is going to drop, right? Or your account may even get suspended, worst case scenario. You know, you've got a problem that you need to solve. And if that's all you've built, you're in trouble. You see, the smartest creators understand this. They don't use YouTube as the destination. They use YouTube as like the doorway, right? And once someone walks through that doorway, the next step becomes incredibly important. Because if you get this one wrong, you're going to keep chasing views forever. But if you get this one right, every video you create becomes more valuable than the last one. And that's where the second piece of this system comes in. So the second piece is something that almost every beginner skips. And ironically, I guess it's the piece that makes everything else work, and that's your lead magnet. Now, I know that sounds boring, yes, of course, and it's a boring marketing term, lead magnet, but stay with me because this is where most people accidentally, they throw away thousands of dollars worth of future income. So think about how the biggest or most affiliate marketers operate, right? What they do is they create a YouTube video, someone goes and watches it, they stick an affiliate link in the description, and they hope people click it. Do you see what's wrong with that? You should hopefully now know what's wrong with that. Now, occasionally that does work, right? But most people aren't ready to buy the very first time they meet you at all. Think about your own life, right? How many times have you bought something expensive from someone you only just discovered? A complete stranger told you to buy something. Probably not many, right? Most people need a reason to stick around, and that's exactly what a lead magnet should be doing for you. So instead of saying, here's my affiliate link, good luck, you're saying, look, before you spend any money, let me help you out first. Let me just solve that problem for you. All right. Maybe you can give away a free guide. Maybe it's a checklist. Maybe it's a free training video, whatever it is. I have one of those below for you right now, and you can go check that out whenever you want. Doesn't matter, whatever it is, it solves one small problem and gives people a quick win. right? You help them out. And that's something interesting then was going to happen when you go ahead and do that. So instead of losing that visitor forever, they become part of your audience. Now, this is where the magic really starts, because once someone joins your email list, you don't have to like convince them to buy today. You shouldn't do that. You simply continue to help them, okay? Which is going to bring me to the third piece. A simple email sequence. And I like to call it a relationship sequence, okay? The trust sequence. Now, I think email marketing, it gets a bad reputation because people do it wrong. They think it means, just sending daily promotions and annoying everyone and blasting and spamming them. That's not how I use it, and it's not how you should use it if you want to see results. See, I see email as a conversation that happens over time. So imagine someone walks into a hardware store, for instance, right? And the owner doesn't chase them around yelling, buy my hammer, buy my drill, buy some paint. No, what do? They ask a question. They ask questions. They understand what is the customer trying to achieve. Then they offer some advice. They build a little bit of trust. They have a joke with them, whatever it is. And then the customer is ready. Okay, then the customer will chase them down and say, hey, I'm ready to buy this thing. They naturally then recommend the right solution to that person. That's exactly how your emails should work. So you see, every email should either teach something, answer a question, remove a doubt. One of those things. Or it should shift a belief that's stopping someone from moving forward. Notice something there? You're not actually trying to sell anything. You're helping people make better decisions. And here's one of, I guess, the biggest mind shifts that personally changed my own business many years ago. That is, you really only need to write these emails once. Seriously, just write the damn things once. Improve them over time, but then let the automation do the heavy lifting. So if someone joins your list today, they receive email 1. Tomorrow, they receive email 2, right? The next day, email 3. You get the idea. So it's an automation, yeah? An email goes out each day, you've written it once, and it happens automatically. And that way, whether you're at your computer or you're going and having dinner with your family or you're fast asleep, watching Netflix, whatever it is, the system just keeps working for you. And because people join your list every single day, your emails, they never stop doing their job. Now we're going to get to the fourth and the final piece. And this is where so many affiliates make another costly mistake. They promote absolutely freaking everything. Right? One week, it's a funnel builder. The next week, it's this new really cool AI tool, right? And then it's, I don't know, then they may even switch over to crypto and, okay, let's sell a hosting company this week. And then it's that other random software that they've personally never used, Before long, their audience has no idea what they actually stand for. They know, or you're only worried about you making sales. You haven't got their best interests at heart. So instead, you really need to become known for solving one specific problem, or it's a couple. See, you want to find an affiliate product that actually genuinely you believe in. One that you've actually used is better. One that actually gets results for people. And one that naturally fits with everything you've been teaching throughout the process. Here's the truth, right? Here's what I find. People don't buy affiliate products because they're affiliate products. They buy solutions to their problems, right? So if someone trusts you and you've spent time helping them, and the product that you're recommending genuinely solves the next problem they're facing, recommending it doesn't feel like selling and actually feels like helping. And it would be an in-service not to tell them about it, right? An injustice. Now, just take a step back for a second and let's look at what we've built here with this video and discussion. One traffic source, bringing in new people. One lead magnet, giving them a reason to stay. One automated email sequence, building trust over time. And one quality affiliate offer that solves the next problem in their journey. That's it. That's the entire business. Not super complicated. Do you notice what's missing here? There's no chasing people in direct messages. There's no begging friends and family to buy crap. There's no cold calling people. There's no posting 20 times a day on every damn platform imaginable. It's just one simple system, right? And I know it's boring, it's easy, but it works. All right. And each part of that system has a lot of pieces, and those pieces support each other. And here's why I believe that this is the easiest way to make money in 2026. Not because it's instant, not because it's effortless, and definitely not because it's some secret loophole, of course. It's because every piece of work that you do today continues working for you tomorrow. Every YouTube video helps you bring in new people. Every lead magnet will help you grow your email list. Every email, is going to keep building that trust, right? And breaking down those negative beliefs and the barriers. And every recommendation has that potential to generate another affiliate commission. So you're no longer starting at zero every morning, you're building momentum. And that's a completely different way of running a business. So if your goal is just to make an extra, say, $350 a day, which is not a huge amount when you do it this way, and you don't want to be struggling, don't chase another shiny object. Don't spend the next 6 months looking for a better business model. Instead, build a better system, because once that system is working, everything becomes simpler. You have a simple process to do each day. That's all. Now, if you'd like to see exactly how I personally put this entire system together for myself, all step by step, I actually have created a free training. It's an on-demand web class where I'm going to break down the entire process in way more detail. I'm actually going to show you on this class how I use YouTube, to attract the right people, how I build my email list from that, and then how my follow-ups work and how it all fits together into one simple affiliate business. And you can actually access that completely free, and you'll see it in the first link. It's the first link in the description below. So I genuinely think it'll save you months, if not years, of trying to figure all this crap out on your own. So first of all, I want to say thank you for watching, and if you want to watch the next video where I teach you even more, go into more in-depth stuff about affiliate marketing, YouTube and whatnot, even the challenges and a challenge as well, go ahead, watch this video right here, and that's going to take you there so you can check that out. All right, that's it for me. Hopefully you got some value from this. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.